Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar this afternoon. Thanks for joining us if you're online now. And for those watching later on, thank you for watching our seminar. Just a bit of housekeeping. This is general advice. We'll take some questions offline at the end because obviously this will be a public recording. And thank you for those that have made the effort to join us, and hopefully we can spread some good news and information about exit planning. Exit planning is an interesting area. As we're all getting older and we're running businesses, it's an opportunity to plan your retirement, your future, to take some value out of your business. But it's got to be planned. It can't just be wake up tomorrow and sell your business. So that's what our discussion is today. And particularly today, we're going to focus on manufacturing businesses because there's quite a bit in a manufacturing business that needs to be sorted out before it goes onto the market for sale. And there is opportunities there as we discuss today. So hopefully you enjoy our webinar, and any questions, leave to the end. We'll do that offline. But also what we also do at the end is if you're wanting to make an appointment to see me and discuss confidentially your way forward, by all means, take note of the contact details, and we'll catch up with you in the coming weeks. Welcome. So let's get together and start this webinar. I'll just find the PowerPoint presentation, and we'll start that for you. So welcome. And today we're going to be talking about your life's work, your opportunity to work out a successful manufacturing exit. I'm Geoff Gartley, Gartley Advisory. We look after many businesses, both local, Melbourne, and interstate. So it doesn't matter where you are, we can certainly assist you. So let's start off with the preparing ourselves for the situation. So probably over the last 20 or 30 years, you've built up a manufacturing business. It's probably started from a very small beginnings. You put a lot of hard work in, and you're getting to that stage where you're in your 50s and 60s and thinking, or 70s for a couple of clients, thinking, I've got to get out of this. I want to enjoy my life outside of my business. It's time to start the final and most important project about you and your business and your family. So join us as we work through some of the issues with exit planning, especially manufacturing. So welcome. So there's two ways. We all face the fork in the road, and every business owner does. And today we're going to be talking about manufacturing, but it applies very much to all businesses. So in particular, you've got the unplanned exit. You've got reacting to an unsolicited offer or a forced event. It could be that your health is failing. So from that point of view, negotiating from a position of weakness. It's highly stressful, disruptive to the business, and in many cases, there's significant value left on the table. But today, what we do want to focus on is the engineered exit, the strategic path, executing a deliberate, well-planned and controlled narrative process. We're trying to create for you a competitive market for your business, maximizing financial outcomes for you. We're trying to also ultimately ensure a smooth transition, securing your legacy. And so that's what exit planning is all about. It's not just a fancy word, it's a program to help you achieve results. And that's what we're going to talk about for the next little while. A successful exit isn't just an event. It's about a process that you engineer. It's a journey, it's a plan. So we approach your exit with the same discipline that you would and precision that you would use on the factory floor. It's a team approach. We need your help. We'll guide you. We'll get you there. We'll prepare you for the foundation. Then we'll strategize with you, working through how best to get the business to a position that tells the story, the figures are correct. And then we have the launch and we engage with the market, with the agents that are going to sell your business to get a result. We're there for you on the way. We'll look at the ugly, we'll look at the good, and we'll look at the great, and we'll pull it all together with you so that when you come out, you've got as much value out of that business as you can, and hopefully that'll lead you into a beautiful retirement or to the next stage in your journey. Preparation. It's where 80% of the value is created. Now, preparation means in most cases, especially a manufacturing business where there's dependent upon the owner, we're making it owner dependent, we're turning it into owner independent. So when a potential buyer buys a business, he doesn't want to buy a job, he wants to buy a sustainable asset. The preparation phase can take 12 to 24 months. We're focusing on your business. We're looking at how it can survive without you, processes. So over the next 12 months, let's create a value in the business that sits in your retirement goals and fills that gap in. And that's what we call the value gap. And the value gap is between what your business is worth now and what it could be worth in 12 months' time if we cleaned it up and prepared. And that's what we're looking at for you, is to help you bring that value gap up to the level that it should be. Of course, there's three pillars in a saleable manufacturing business, and I don't have to tell you how to run your business because you should know that better than me. But there's the financial readiness, impeccable, clean financial statements prepared by someone like ourselves, that when someone goes through and with a fine-tooth comb, we've got the answers for them. Because every time there's query, it delays the sale process, it erodes the value. We want to make sure we eliminate that as much as possible. We also got operational success and excellence. Document the processes. A strong middle management team and systems that demonstrate efficiency, sustainability, and growth. And of course, de-risking the process. So mitigating the risks that buyers use to discount your value and reduce how much they want to pay you. The negotiation points. Now has never been the time better for you to start that journey. Time to dig deep into your business. And for a lot of the time, when we do stuff for people, we use what's called the value builder system, and we'll talk about that as we go. So manufacturers, businesses face customer loss risk. That's the biggest risk in a manufacturing firm, is especially if you're designed to build a widget that's very focused for one particular industry or one particular client, then that's where the risk is. And if you lost that client, how would that impact on your business? These are the things you want to talk about as you're going through this 12-month phase to make sure that as much as possible that you're aware of the issues, the risks that could devalue your business. The good thing is you'll find most owners and potential owners are confident in the industry. Manufacturing is still needed in Australia. It had declined because of opportunities overseas from China and stuff like that. But a good manufacturing firm is needed on the ground. So that's where hopefully the work that you do, whether it's making widgets, cabinet making, general steel, whatever it is, assembling bits and pieces, that you're in a position to sell that business if you need to. It might be 5 years off, but it's a good time to start now. It's called de-risking the business, looking at your company through the buyer's eyes, addressing some of the issues that we just already started to talk about. Customer concentration. Is there any single customer more than 15 to 20% of your revenue that might impact on your business? Is there one key employee dependence? Can a business function if a key manager or an engineer or worker left? We had a client many years ago that bought a business that was metal spinning. He didn't know anything about metal spinning and was relying on one or two employees. And those employees, after a couple of months, left. And he had to decide what to do with the business. Fortunately, he was able to employ someone else and learn some of the skills. But there was a key employee dependence. Looking at the value of the supply chain. What if your supplier stopped supplying you? Will that impact on your business? Look at the equipment. Is it up to date? Or are you leaving a new owner a major problem or a headache? And of course, the environment in which you work. How good is it? Is there a strong lease in place? There's nothing worse than buying a business and then finding out that the landlord at the end of the lease, maybe a year or two later, once you're out? And where do you go? With 3 pays power and all the other stuff that you might have to set up, it could cost you a lot to move. However, in some cases, it may be that the business needs to be bolted into some other business and would be moved anyway. So there's all these little issues that we need to work through. Of course, a value builder company, as opposed to a typical company, is looking at growing the value of the business, offering a product with durable competitive advantage, looking at a company that thrives without them, looking for customers that want to refer and purchase again. All these are building value to your business, which at the end of the day, the value is what we're trying to sell. The value, the lower the risk, the better run the business, the less dependent upon you, the greater opportunity for sale. Of course, we can start with a free value builder report, which many of my clients have already done, and it's a great way to see where your business sits in a general overview. If you would like to do that, give me a yell, we'll give you a link, and we can see what your score is, which is a good base to start with. There's quite a lot of information in there to consider, and we'd work through that with you. Position 2 is the phase. Your business is worth more than numbers. It's worth a story. So you've got to pull the story together. We often request and work through with you where the baseline is. Where are you at now and where do you want to get to so that we can sell it? For some people, they need a certain value to retire on, to pay off debts, all the rest of it. So we need to work through to make sure that we can get to that level. If we're not, we understand why. We need to paint a clearer picture of the future. There's 4 parts to the narrative. There's the growth engine, the credible data, the future, forecasts. Then we're looking at the business itself. What protects you from the competition? Your industry processes, your formulas, the strong brand, the need for the product that you create. And of course, if you're a potential buyer, you're looking at the untapped potential of growing that business and a consolidation, coming in there and taking over from your good work. And the fourth one that a lot of people look at in any business is human capital. Sometimes it's cheaper to buy a business with good human capital that allows them, rather than for them to go and recruit all those people. And those people are part of your key asset of your business. So of course, we know, or we should know, why there's barriers to entry, of why people look for manufacturing businesses. The barriers to entry are significant. We know that it takes a while to set up a factory, to find specialized equipment, to have the skilled personnel, to have the processes, to find clients, to have that client satisfaction that they know what you're doing, the certification, the product that they need. These factors make it more difficult for anyone to take over, and buyers appreciate anything that limits competition. Consistent, loyal customers, people that need to buy from you because of a certain part. And that could be in large infrastructure projects, food and pharmaceutical sectors, defence, medical, and other industrial clients. So if you have a specific manufacturing product, that's crucial. Let's just clean up your business to make sure that who's looking out for that are keen to buy. And of course, we know in manufacturing, once there's established customers, very seldom do they move. They prioritize reliability over costs. They rely on you for the product, for their products. So the consistency undermines the higher value of the valuations. So we're looking at all these factors help you add value to your business and tell the story of how good your business is. So why you could achieve more for a business sale than you think is by operational leverage. Fixed costs are largely set. Margins expand, utilization improves. Small efficiency gains compound quickly, resulting in better profits. So not only could you achieve that in the next 2 or 3 years, but you could increase the value from, say, a $2 or $3 million sale to a $4 to $5 million business sale by having those things in place, those documents, those efficiencies, getting those regulations right, cleaning up the factory, spending a bit on the website, getting the numbers through, showing a potential buyer that you have a lot of customer interest. However, buyers will avoid or are less attracted to buying manufacturing business when the margins are thin and it's price driven. So if there's lots of people out there trying to do the same thing you're doing, then of course it's a flooded market. Where capital expenditure is ongoing and consistently heavy. So people don't want to buy a business to have to go spend another couple hundred thousand on new equipment. Where the customer concentration is high. And critical where the owner operationally is still heavily involved. That certainly is a downturn. And these businesses trade at discounts. So the idea of exit planning is to make sure that your business is ready to be sold with value. So when you get to that sale time, negotiating and the buyer doing its due diligence, this is where your preparation pays off. Due diligence isn't about finding problems, about confirming the story you've already told. So if we've done the preparation in phase one, this stage becomes a validation exercise. It's not stressful. So we look at making sure that we've done all those areas of safety control, of history, of detailed inventory. We know what we've got on the factory floor. We know our assets. We know that they've all been serviced. We know that when someone comes in and takes that key off you and becomes their business, that they're buying a business that's going to continue. One without you, but continue to grow and provide the profits. Now, over my years as an accountant, I've seen many clients make good profits out of manufacturing. So what you're selling is someone else buying your dream and your legacy, your staff, your customers to continue on. So we need to start planning your exit. Secure your future is realized. You want financial freedom, the resources to pursue what really truly matters to you and your family. We want to protect the legacy, so we want the business to continue that you built, and we want it in capable hands. And we want a continuation for the staff and the people that have become part of your life, that have helped you build it. So your next chapter is the time and the freedom to start a new venture, to travel, to focus on family on your terms. And that's very much what exit planning is all about. I just realised how tall that guy looks. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake in that thing. Anyway, he's grown very tall after doing his exit planning. Your exit is the most important product that you'll ever build. An exit is not something that happens to you. It's the final project you engineer. It demands the same foresight, the same planning and precision that you've made your business success in the first place. So let's draw together and pull your plan, your exit plan, and your journey for the next 12 to 18 months so that when you step away from your business, you've given it your best shot to get the best value you can from your business. I'm Geoff Gartley. I'm here in Melbourne. Happy to have a consultation with you as an initial meet and greet, see where you're going. I love helping small business, especially manufacturing type clients. There's others that we also work with, caravan parks, trade people, builders, developers, all that sort of thing. Our aim is to help you in your exit planning process, along with our trusted partners to get the result that you need. So reach out to me. There's all my details on the screen. And thank you once again for joining us. Very much appreciate listening in. And any questions moving forward, give me a yell. Now we're going to stop our recording here because obviously we'll take some questions offline. Thank you for everyone for being here. And for those watching this webinar, if you've got any queries, by all means reach out. Have a great weekend. It's going to be a hot one. And just stay on the line for the rest of those clients, and we'll have a bit of a chat at the end of it. Thank you.